Hey, what's going on? It's James Canzanella, your Affiliate Hero, and in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is going over the topic of YouTube versus blogging. Now, in case you weren't aware of this already, content marketing is a very huge part of online marketing, affiliate marketing, internet marketing, whatever you're going to be doing. If you have a product, offer, or service to get out there or someone else's, both of these are going to be great ways of doing it. So I'm going to be comparing and contrasting some of the great reasons to do each of these and perhaps finding the best one that's going to be for you. But before we begin, my name is James Canzanella. I want to say thank you for stopping by. I'm a full-time affiliate marketer, so if you like videos like this or similar to this, internet marketing, affiliate marketing related, feel free to subscribe. Everyone else, it's great to have you back. So let's get right on into it because I actually do both of these, so I have a good perspective when it comes to these. In fact, you can kind of attach both of these to get the best of both worlds, so to speak, but maybe you don't like both or maybe you're unsure of which one you should start with. So let's start with this. So when it comes to YouTube, let's talk about cost. Usually when it comes to online advertising, marketing, whatever you're going to be doing, there's some type of cost that are going to be accommodated with each. The great thing about YouTube is that it's going to be quote-unquote free. I'm going to put quote-unquote there because depending on what you already have, you're not going to be needing to break the bank to get into YouTube. For example, you can literally use the phone that you have, any type of smartphone. Nowadays, pretty much all of them have videos, unless you're still rocking a Razor. Those Razor phones that used to snap easily that were paper thin. I don't think they did video, did they? I don't know, but the majority of them do have videos nowadays, so that's one way of doing it. You can use like FreeCam or whatever it is. You can use a screen share platform, kind of like what I'm doing now, which is free to use. They have plenty that come with trials. There's plenty that are free with watermarks, whatever it's going to be. The only thing that you might need is going to be a microphone. The one I personally use is a Blue Yeti. It was like $100. I bought it many years ago. I still have it, still using it right now. It's still working great. So depending on the route you want to go, it's pretty much going to be free. It's not that hard to get a video out there and get your voice out there. Same thing, okay? Then, of course, when it comes to blogging, okay? The thing when it comes to blogging, you will need some type of hosting. You'll need a website. WordPress is, free. If you want to get some upgrades, obviously, if you want a spiffy theme, if you want some plugins, those are going to be extra. But the bare bones essential, you're going to need hosting and a website. Okay? So when it comes to hosting, just getting like a shared plan, Bluehost, SiteGround, HostGator, some of those, it's literally going to come down to like $5 a month. Sometimes you got to pay monthly, sometimes you got to pay all at once. Either way, $5 a month, along with a website, which is going to be what, $10 a year. Okay, you're not looking at all that much money when it's coming to that. Okay, so first and foremost, if that's too much for you, you got to kind of dig deeper because when it comes to building and growing a successful online business, this is going to be like, I don't even know how to explain how low of an amount of money that's going to be compared to other things that you can be investing in. So both of these are very cheap and easy to do, or pretty much free. I do not recommend using any type of free hosting or website or any of that crap like that. Get your own, get hosting, get a website, get WordPress, and you will be good to go. Okay, let's talk about the traffic. Traffic on YouTube is amazing. I'm sure you already know that. If you're watching this video, you probably already know that. The amount of videos that are uploaded all the time on specific topics and how many hours are watched every day, I don't know the exact numbers, but it's crazy insane. From my perspective, YouTube and video has been just increasing and increasing and will only continue to increase. The cool thing about the traffic is that, let's do this. It doesn't take as long to rank, okay? Depending on the keywords you're going for, obviously, when it comes to YouTube, I did a video where if you are starting from square one, kind of the keywords that you should go at, I'll put that in the description way down below if you want to check that out. But you can literally start a new channel, and depending on the competition, you can rank like literally the top spot 1, 2, or 3 when it comes to a YouTube video pretty easily, okay? When it comes to blogging and you're getting traffic from SEO and Google, we can do the traffic. Let's just say, in my opinion, it really depends on how you're going to be going. Like if you get a video that's going to be going viral, there's no doubt how many views and traffic you can get from that. However, the traffic from Google is extremely targeted. Okay, you can get a ton of it, but here's your big but. it takes much longer, okay? Depending upon these stipulations. For example, there is the thing called the Google Sandbox, what a lot of people say like doesn't exist. As far as I know, it certainly does. I can do another video about that. But pretty much me and every single person that I know who does SEO knows that when you create a new website, there's going to be like this maturity state where Google doesn't rank you as well as you should. In my opinion, that's a good thing. That kind of stops people from going out there and just creating like a spam website and trying to rank right away. In my opinion, like from what I think Google wants to see is that you're going to be doing it for the long term. You're actually a trusted site. You're an authority in the topic, and you've actually created content that people want to see. So when it comes to Google, it's going to take a little bit longer. However, if you have like an expired domain, if you have an aged domain, if you've been doing it, you might be out of the Google Sandbox, which is always a good thing. And a lot of times once you hit authority mode, you just pretty much insta-rank for everything you create, depending on the competition once again, which is where you want to be when it comes to blogging. So in terms of YouTube versus blogging, let's bold this so we can distinguish these. OCD's kicking in. It's got to look a little better, okay? Okay, so the traffic, it doesn't take as long. Like, for example, if you wanted to create a review for something that just came out, and you want to do that in YouTube, as long as there's not too many people around doing it, heck, you can still outrank them. You're probably going to be on the first page, you know, top 10, whatever it's going to be. However, when it comes to blogging and doing that, it can take a lot longer. It's much easier to move up and down in the ranks in YouTube compared to Google. Much, much more difficult because you got to get a lot more things right when it comes to the on-site, the technical stuff, the page speed, backlinks, and so on and so forth. So keep that in mind. That's another one. All right, so next we have overall easier to do, okay? I don't use the word easier a lot, but when I'm comparing both of these, okay, let's just take out the aspect that for YouTube, obviously you gotta do some type of voice stuff, you gotta get in front of the camera. I know a lot of people don't like that, but we're setting that aside. Overall, you're creating videos, okay? With this, I'd say a little bit more challenging, okay? What I'm referring to this, obviously, so we're creating videos and we're writing content, okay? Both of those things aren't too difficult. Like once you get going, it's going to be no problem. You can do it second nature. However, I say this is overall easier to do because there's not as much that you need to get right. When it comes to blogging and you're looking for traffic from SEO, there is a lot of things that you need to do. For example, like if you're looking at the top 10 of a page and you want to see like what's ranking the best, how many words you should write, sometimes you have to write like these mammoth posts that are like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 3,000 words. That can take a good amount of time compared to like if you're creating a video, it doesn't take that long to create a 10-minute video. Do you want to know how long it takes to create a 10-minute video? I'll tell you, 10 minutes, okay? Obviously, you got to like upload it and chop it up a little, but that's not all that challenging compared to what you have to do when it comes to writing a long blog post. You have to optimize, you got to look for keywords, you got to set all your tags, your headlines, you got to get everything right. Eventually, you might want some backlinks and so on and so forth. There's much more that goes into getting like a detailed blog post ranked compared to a detailed YouTube video ranked, if you see what I mean. So that's what I mean by overall. It's really going to depend on which one you are more comfortable with. I actually like doing both, which is why I do both. I love doing videos. It's my time to kind of get away from everything else and give off the information that I know about. And then again, when it comes to blogging, it's a great way where I can just plug in my headphones, turn up my metal music that is, and just type away. Just type away. No distractions. I got my cat next to me if she wants to rub up against me. That's pretty much the only thing that's going to distract me. I get in the zone and I just do work, okay? I personally love that. So that's going to depend upon you. Do you like writing? Okay, think about the topic that you love the most. Would you rather get in front of a video or do a screen share like me and talk about it? Or would you rather just blog about it, write about it? Okay, that might be you. Okay, so that's pretty much another big differentiator when it comes to YouTube versus blogging. Okay, so I know we talked about a lot of things that are kind of different and so on and so forth, but this is kind of one that's going to be very similar. It's going to be authority over time. Okay, you see this a lot when it comes to, Facebook ads, okay? If you've ever seen ads before, you see like the same people, the same person, the same groups, the same companies constantly running ads. They are building authority over time because as you see someone more in your Facebook newsfeed or maybe on Instagram or Twitter, wherever the ads are going to be, maybe Google ads, it's really going to be dependent upon the place. You become an authority over time. And the great thing about both of these platforms, both YouTube and blogging, is that the same thing happens, okay? Except the cool part about it is that you're not literally like paying for paid advertising to do it. When you think about it, when you are on Google searching for stuff, people are paying to get to the top of Google, okay? And then there are SEOs who will obviously go in there and try and rank for it. But once you are towards the top, as long as you don't get kicked out by someone else or you get like a manual penalty or whatever it's going to be, you aren't paying anything to be there. Okay, that increases your authority because you're going to get a lot more traffic. People are going to know about you, and what's better than that, okay? You become more of a trusted person. And from what everyone has, pretty much ever told me since the end of time, one of the best ways to sell anything is to become an authority because it makes selling so much easier. You don't have to be like one of those weird car salesmen or, like, come on over here, I got the best deal for you, man. Like just like those really weird people. It's much easier to make a sell and a recommendation when you have authority over time. That's why a lot of people who have big followings usually sell a lot because people obviously know, like, and trust them. And by being on YouTube and blogging, this is a great way to do it. Now, if I must say, if one of these did have a better platform for building authority, it would be this, okay? Nothing is better than video. Like, you get to know the person, you get to hear how they talk, how they think, like some of the things they like. Like I always talk about, I got the cat who annoys me sometimes, or I'll be doing a video and she'll start barking and annoying me. But I talk about a lot of other things too, like personal things that I can relate to with people. And a lot of times you can do that with blogging, but it's much easier to do in video. But that's just my opinion. So there's a reason why a lot of these channels have a lot of followers because, with video, it's much easier to connect that way. So as you are building authority over time, even if you don't have a ton of followers like me, it's still a great thing to do because people will notice you. You're in front of the camera, you're giving off information, and that's always a great thing to do. So kind of wrapping it up here, when we're looking at this, we have YouTube, kind of comparing and contrasting. It's overall free. All you really need is probably the computer or the phone you already have. If you want to get a mic, those can be very cheap, or if you want to get a spiffy one, it's still only about $100. I cannot tell you how many courses and videos I have made with this microphone. I have turned that $100 into a lot of money. I'll do that another video, okay? Anyway, once again, hosting on a website, not a big deal. $5 a month and $10 a year for a domain. Pretty cheap. Traffic, once again, it doesn't take as long to rank. You can go for some low competition stuff. You'll pretty much be right up there towards the top. And the cool thing is if it starts doing well, you can actually rank in Google as well, which is cool with your YouTube video, okay? And then we have traffic, which is extremely targeted, of course, but it takes a little bit longer when you compare it to YouTube, especially if you're in the sandbox or for your newer website. Once you're out of that, it's not going to be as difficult, so to speak. And with YouTube, it's much easier to move up in the ranks. Google might take a little bit longer because sometimes you need more backlinks, you need more trust, and so on and so forth, okay? We talked about this. Overall, easier to do the process of actually doing videos and uploading them compared to a lot of the technical stuff you got to worry about when it comes to SEO and blogging. Like I said, the headlines, the tags, maybe you want to do page speed. That's something you need to optimize. If you're going too slow, that's not a good thing, obviously. Google doesn't like that. Keeping people on your page, so making sure your bounce rate isn't like 99%. That means people are going to your page and pretty much leaving almost immediately. There's just a lot of things you got to tidy up, so to speak. So overall, I do say YouTube is a little bit easier to do compared to the other one. And of course, both of these are going to help you build up your authority over time. In my opinion, they are both long-term plays, okay? And also, in my opinion, I believe that anything you're going to be doing should be a long-term play because the majority of people do not want to do things long-term, and that's simply how you can just win over a lot of people because they're not going to be there in the long run. Know that those that do want to be there in the long run, you just got to find a little bit other ways to kind of differentiate yourself and separate yourself apart from what everyone else is doing. And that's where all of the fun always comes in. So if I had to only pick one of these, I would have to honestly go with blogging, okay? I love the fact that, like I said, I can just kind of put in my headphones, listen to my music, type away, do what I need to do, and it's a very easy process. And for me, I've actually done this where I've had multiple websites, multiple content. You could always outsource people to do it too once you get some money, which is a really great thing. Usually when you outsource it, you just need to add a little bit, tweak it up a little, and then of course, interlink it, add some links, affiliate links, pictures, images, whatever it's going to be. That's another thing I should have talked about when it comes to outsourcing. If you're building a brand, for yourself, it's going to be kind of hard to outsource videos, especially if you want like your voice in it. What you could always do is like add your voice and do like an animation thing, but then again, you're still doing the videos. So all in all, I like blogging slightly more, but that's the reason why I do both of these. Plus, what I've actually done in the past, and I still continue to do, if I write a really long blog post, what I'll actually do is create a YouTube video on that same topic, and I'll embed it into that post. This is good for a few reasons. One is because they're like pretty much exactly targeted. Two is that it can actually help keep people on the page much longer. If you think about it, if someone is going through a blog post and they stop to watch a video for 5 minutes, that is awesome. That's keeping people on your page. That's what Google likes to see. That's a really good thing. And yeah, there's plenty more benefits when it comes to that, but it allows you to kind of own some of the YouTube real estate and the Google real estate at the same time. As long as your video is good, it's targeting the right keywords and so on and so forth. So that's about it. When it comes to the battle of YouTube versus blogging, which one do you pick? Which one do you prefer? Which one are you going to start? And if you can do both, are you going to? Because I certainly highly recommend it. All right, that's about it. No long introduction. I'll put a cheat sheet down below if you want some free affiliate marketing offers. And that's about it. My name is James Canzanella. I want to say thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.